to a motel, and in that process, we discovered there were everyone in the motel was a homeless family. So for us, we just took it like a personal, I don't know, responsibility to feed those families, and we've been doing so for over 3 years now. When you ask the value in that, I think when families tell you that they count on that weekly meal, and somehow it supplements their money for the month, I think it's really important. When you think of that one child that may be on the verge of not eating for the night, then it becomes really important. Or one case that happened to us fairly recently is that we went to a motel and we handed out food like we often do, and one mom was crying to us saying that her prayers were answered because this woman said that she was quite accustomed to prostituting herself, and so she was walking out towards the main boulevard to hustle up some money, as she would say. And she said that, something like, I've done it for drugs, why wouldn't I do it for my kids? But the fact that you guys showed up tonight, you guys knocked on my door, I won't have to do it tonight. And so for us, it was like, as long as we're around, you won't have to do something like that. So those are the types of moments where, aside from the fact that you're feeding people and you know it's a good thing, you really are able to recognize you're really playing a major role in certain people's lives.
Can you walk me through the idea of the economics of what one meal?
4 or 5 times a week. We're talking about $100+ that a family can save towards their placement, towards paying their rent, taking their kids to school, transportation, clothing. It's pretty significant. Everything's relative. For these families that are living really pennies to pennies, a meal, support, the clothing we give them, it really is something that can change their situation.
And what do you think is the main reason why you guys started handing out meals personally? I mean, why do you do it personally? Because I think some people would think, may have the idea that there's other groups that can do that. Why do you take that responsibility?
There's definitely other groups that are out feeding, and they're doing a great job. For me to run a community service center and not being able to connect with certain populations in my community, that was really difficult. I realized that even though we had a breakfast program, we had a shower program, not everybody was using the resources. I didn't understand about homeless camp life. I didn't understand motel families and having to take your kid to school, having to look for housing, having to go see your caseworker. So for us, it was something like, how can we assist the families? How can we use these meals to be relational with people? God bless those that give out peanut butter sandwiches and soups, and I mean, they're coming out of their own pocket, but our donor base allows us to give meals. Like tonight we gave meatloaf and burritos. The meal means a lot to people. We go in at night when usually they're laying down their head. Most outreach people don't go out at night. They feel it's not safe. For us, it's the time when we can do it, and it has a value. People recognize that more than likely we'd rather be somewhere else, and for us to do it 4 years, every week, every Wednesday, rain or shine, is something that is valuable to them. And then often it opens up opportunities that usually come, in the middle of the night. It comes by us giving out our cell phone number. It's never 9 to 5. It's never, during working hours. But the equity that we build through the meals, through the relationship that we foster, those are the things that at some point they pay dividends. Like I said, it's never during the day. It's always, hey Manny, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to get off the street. I'm ready to go to detox. Whatever it is, it really does start with the meals, and it starts with what we're saying through the meals, that we could have used it in a different program, could have used it ourselves, but we chose to use it on you tonight, and we've done so for 4 years straight. So people are dependent on it. There's no way we can pull out from serving our community. a night like tonight was difficult for us because we didn't do street outreach. The coronavirus, we're trying to figure it out. But I'm positive that this team's going to end up going out, regardless if situation gets worse, better. For us, it's hard to lay our head on a pillow knowing that, we might have missed somebody tonight. And it has happened in the past. For some reason, we missed somebody and they grace us out. Hey, Manny, missed you in the motel, or hey, Manny, you didn't come through the spot tonight. I carry a lot of my friends on social media. It's awkward sometimes. I may post a picture with my wife eating out at a nice restaurant, and I'll have one of my homeless friends in the camp say, hey, right on. Hey, Manny, you gonna drop by and give out food this week? And I'm like, but again, I think for us it's a lifestyle. It's not a job, it's not work, it's not employment. It's something that almost selfishly we do because we feel better about ourselves. Forget what we do for other people. It helps our week. It helps us. It's a mirror to ourselves, is what I like to think. I don't know that everybody really understands that, but for us, it's really, to work a process where we'd rather be out doing outreach instead of watching the game or, hanging out, barbecuing or something like that. It's just something that the payoff for us is much bigger when we do outreach.
Dope. Cut it right there for now.
Hope you can use some of that. I'm tired.
Oh, yeah, perfect. That's good.
You guys are all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. They were quite welcoming to you guys. That's equity also. There have been other teams come out, and for real, I can't even endorse them. I just like, hey, you guys, this is channel this, or this is this. You guys were almost like embedded tonight, and the equity is that if you guys are with Manny, then I'm sure it's not going to be exploitation. It's not going to be social media. It's going to be something that is going to be helpful to us somehow, some way. I think that's part of the story too.
Yeah, that's kind of what my biggest concern was. I mean, last time.
And it was right against the freeway, super loud, no sound barrier, and we're like, wait a minute, this is not going to work out well. And then, the walls were real low. There was a homeless encampment there. There's people that are still in there, and we're like, they're going to just jump over the wall. Now we have people in motorhomes. This is not going to work out. And I can totally tell that they were trying to cut corners. Like, we can't build the sound barrier, we can't, electrify fans, we can't do. And I was like, so at some point, all I can tell you is I can't be involved with it. Like, these are people that are sleeping in their car. If we can't serve them with a minimum threshold, then I won't put my name on it. I won't be a part of it because I'll lose equity. I've literally walked down some trails where one gang will tell me, hey, man, what's up? Hey, if anybody bothers you, you let them know so-and-so from the gang gave you a pass. And I'll end up at the other side of the block, and the other gang will pop out and say, hey, what's up, man? Just so you know, if anyone gives you a hard time, let them know that I got your back. And it's equity. It's earned over time. It started off with the gang saying, hey, if you guys are going to be in here, you make sure you're not telling on anybody, bringing the cops back here, and we haven't done that. What we've done is show up, serve. We've seen some stuff jump off in the camp, and we've been told, hey, you might want to leave right now. People have looked out for us. But it is, 4 years of working consistently with the community. I won't burn that equity just anywhere. It's too hard. It's not impossible to get back. The community vets you, they test you, they see what you're about. If you don't cut the mustard, then they'll take from you, but you won't ever be in a place where you can have, life-changing outcomes. I've been called to the funerals, I've been called to identify bodies. One of our homeless friends walked into the freeway and knew who it was. We're calling Betty now to go down and identify a body. It's huge. All of a sudden I get called consultations, like I'm the homeless guru. I don't know anything about homelessness. To tell you the truth, I'm trying to disseminate what we learn on a nightly basis, and as soon as I think I understand something, it changes. You know, it's just people. It's people, and I get angry at my friends, and some days I think it makes sense. You know, someone who's been abused, someone who's been thrown out, domestic violence. It's like, man, this person's on the street. On the other hand, I have kids, good homes, good families. Their parents come to me and they're like, have you seen my child? You know, tell them to come home. I'm like, dude, why are you on the street? Doesn't make sense. Mind-boggling. Population, demographics, age groups. I don't know that I'll ever get. And I don't think it's getting better. It's something that most of us who live check by check, it's a reality. You know, I pulled out a friend from a camp just a month ago. Somebody I was in prison with, same story as mine. And I shouldn't have ran into this guy. He's out of southeast Los Angeles, paroled to Santa Paula. And I met him 9:30 at night at the camp. I was supposed to go. And I'm like, dude, if you don't believe in God, you better, because I'm not supposed to. This is your last chance. You need to get off the street. The guy's an amputee, diabetic, liver failure, I mean, everything you can imagine. He starts crying and he says, I get it. I know. You found me in the dark. You found me in a homeless encampment. I know this is my last chance.
Are you okay?
Thank God we were able to place him
Do you need help?
in,
No, she's fine.
we were able to place him at a hospital. And he's working the program, he's detoxing.
Except for Lulu.
We'll see how it plays out. Karen! That was in my theatrical, I was gonna, oh man.
I thought she was going to fall. She was leaning on the cane, and I thought she was going to fall.
This is what's in, all of this is going
Yes,
on here.
yes.
Alright, you guys, you all don't have to go home.